morning, beautiful everyone. I'm Ursula Collings and I am here at the Sci-Bono Centre, the Discovery Centre all the way in South Africa. And it is a pleasure for me to have with us Professor Vincentas, who is from Lithuania. And Professor, what brings you here to South Africa?
Morning, Ashley. It's really nice to be here. First of all, in South Africa, in particular in Johannesburg. And what is the most important currently in this center, the Sci-Bono Centre, Discovery Centre, it's really nice. As I understood well, it's a STEAM center.
Okay, that is good, and we have a lovely opportunity to also interview you just to find out. You are from Lithuania and you are in the science field. So what brings you here to South Africa at this time?
Yes, first of all, I'm going to take part in the international conference, South African, organized by Sarmste Association. And this conference will take place at University of Johannesburg. First of all, I want to, let's say, observe international panorama in research, mainly in science and technology education area, and obviously to make some contacts, to enlarge my contacts, and somehow to present our experience, Lithuanian experience in science education.
I think you're coming at such a pertinent time because we have just received our matric results, and one of the issues of concern is the science and technology aspect of our country that definitely needs to be improving with the maths, the science, and so forth. So in your country, tell us, what do you do?
Shortly, I think this is somehow worldwide problem.
Okay.
Let's say low achievements in science, and in mathematics. And for example, in Lithuania, also during the last 3 or 5 years, we're discussing on that issue. It's really important. But some years ago, Lithuania started so-called, let's say, STEAM movement. And it was organized by state and obviously including international financing, European financing issues, etc. And 10 regional STEAM centers were launched in Lithuania. And currently we have 10 regional centers, STEAM centers. 3 of them are like coordinating, making coordination activity. And one of them is located at our university, in particular in Šiauliai, Vilnius University, Šiauliai Academy. And we have STEAM center. It's really good. Also, students from schools, from region, from municipalities visiting the center regularly, let's say, and working in different labs. If I know, currently we have around 7 labs, main labs, and it's very nice. And for example, next year we are going to organize our traditional National Science Education Conference, mainly with teachers, and will be in eastern, more or less in eastern part of Lithuania, another town, and also in STEAM center.
Okay.
And very, very well equipped center, also with some labs, etc., etc. And obviously it is expected to improve somehow, to improve science, let's say science, mathematics, technology achievements for students.
You've come here to the Sci-Bono Discovery Centre. What is your view and your opinion about the centre so far?
Really, I am really surprised because it's well equipped, quite big centre with, let's say, so nice exhibitions, different equipments, and let's say shortly, didactically well equipped. And for example, to be here with students, with teachers, and really, really impressive.
You know, we've actually walked around the centre. I really enjoyed the mechanical side. Of the different sites that you have been at the Sci-Bono Discovery Centre, which part did you enjoy the most?
Oh, it's a really difficult question. I enjoyed everything. Electricity, mechanical part, illusion corner, everything is really nice. But typical problem, you need more time.
Yeah, absolutely.
To analyze everything and to learn more.
Yeah, and I think for the children it's such an advantage because it's a hands-on experience that they're able to see levers and they're able to experience the different aspects of mechanical in the car. That plastic car that is there showing the different components is really phenomenal. Yeah. Just let's go back to, you said that there's an international conference that you're having next year, I think you said?
This is national, our national conference.
That's 2027, just for a correction?
2027 it will be a Baltic Sea Symposium, international scientific event, but every year we're organizing another event, mainly oriented 2 teachers and 4 teachers.
Okay.
Like a bridge between academic, let's say, field and school practice.
Yeah. You know, coming from the science background myself, I think it's so important for children to have that hand-on experience, because
Yes.
that is where the visual learner, sometimes we only think about the child that is in the theoretical frame, but when it's a child that needs to have kinesthetic learning, visual learning, this is the scientific realm that they need to be in. So how do you see the correlation between the learning in a schooling environment and what you are going to be offering in Lithuania in that conference?
Oh, yeah, I understand that it's okay. In Lithuania, generally, all schools, let's say, well equipped
Right.
In science and technology, from science and technology aspect, mainly gymnasium. It means from 9th to 12th grade, because they are somehow concentrated, relatively big schools, and quite good equipped. We have some state programs in science, in STEAM, for STEAM centers, for STEAM labs, to renew labs, etc., etc. But for example, maybe like pro-gymnasium or some in, let's say, in rural areas, schools not maybe well equipped, and it's really good for students. But another point is that being in STEAM centers, students can interact not only with, let's say, teacher, but with scholars, with scientists from university, from STEAM centers, with professionals, and it's another important issue.
Yeah. You know, Professor Vincentas, coming from a schooling environment myself, and also in your tertiary education systems, there is definitely a huge gap where we're finding that children are taught the theory and the academia, but that practical component is always an issue, where teachers often say, well, we do not have the equipment, we do not have the facilities. And I find that is almost like, yes, it's true, but there are some opportunities that we can give to children where it does not really need to have this really expensive equipment. What advice could you give to teachers that have that view, that they can't do this because
it's really large questions, but in short, it's because I am visiting South Africa not for the first time.
Yes.
I visited some regions in South Africa and some schools in rural areas, let's say simple schools, regular schools, and but mainly it depends from teacher. If he or she is not lazy person, because laziness is killing everything. And if you are motivated and really interested, you can find solution.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I concur with you. That it does come to the individual and how much energy you want to put into the subject matter, and also engage your children so that they can have an extension of academic learning, not only in a theoretical but also in a practical view. Also, just dealing with your situation as the professor, what other things do you do apart from being in the academic sector?
Oh, yeah, obviously, first of all, I am involved in publishing, scientific or academic publishing activity, quite deeply, because our center, Centre Ecologica, is like one publishing house and another publishing house. We're publishing around 8 journals, different journals, some of them, let's say, more didactically oriented or oriented to practical activities, practical research, like case studies, methodical work, etc. But 2 of them are fully academic journals and oriented to, let's say, pure academic research.
Right.
This is our main activity.
Yeah. You know, when we speak to teachers and just in general, we really do need artificial intelligence. It's brilliant. Nobody can deny that. It is having a positive impact in education. But how do you see this in the journal writing, in the research writing? How do you influence students positively when this comes to the AI, that component?
Yes, it's really a crucial issue. And from one side, it's, let's say, let's say, positive side,
Yeah.
because artificial intelligence and different, let's say, tools and instruments based on artificial intelligence, let's say, available. We're improving quite fast, and obviously we use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing. But another thing, nobody knows about, let's say, about future, how to interact, etc., etc. For example, currently we're working on latest research with colleagues from Romania, with another group from university, and we're going to present in May in conference in Slovakia. It's connected with artificial intelligence, how pre-service teachers evaluate usage of artificial intelligence tools in their studies, university studies. And you know, quite diverse opinions, quite diverse experience, and no, let's say, exact answer or right answer. This is on the progress. But in context of academic activity, let's say research activity, from one side it is becoming dangerous because.
Why?
Because, for example, as an editor, I am observing that we're receiving. I am not going to say that a lot, but some of papers, for example, submitted papers, obviously written by, not by human, but by artificial intelligence, or heavily using it. Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is not good.
In a schooling environment, for example, where children have to do presentations, we often say that you need to have that human contact and that human engagement in the writing, because children have to do essays, they have to do presentations, and there's that, I wouldn't say it's a fine line, it's a very important part of having your artificial intelligence, of having the use of things that take less time, I would say. But how can you advise a young person as to how to use the AI ethically?
Oh yeah, this is really another important issue. For example, university in particular, our university, Vilnius University, and as far as I know, all other universities prepared some like code for how to use ethically artificial intelligence, etc. Including also journals, for example, publishing houses also started to introduce like statements on artificial intelligence, how to use in scholarly practice, in research activity, etc., etc. But one thing, it's try to describe, let's say, to frame somehow on the paper, but another thing is how it works in practice. First of all, not only students, not only university students, school students, but also lecturers, teachers.
Yes.
We also need to learn how to work with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's this open question,
Yeah.
open issue.
So, you know, with that, it's such a pleasure to have you. I really do hope that you have a wonderful time at the conference and that there's lots of learning and also lots of networking taking place. And hopefully that there is a further networking that takes place between Lithuania as well as in South Africa. And for myself, Professor, it's a pleasure. Any last minute words that you'd like to say?
Yes, it's really nice short conversation, and I hope that, not as I mentioned, not my first visit here in South Africa. Every time I feel really good. Friendly people, friendly atmosphere, and it's really nice. And what is the most important, Lithuania and South Africa has a lot in common.
Ah, awesome. So everybody, beautiful everyone, it's really been a pleasure. I'm Ursula Collings and I'm presenting here from the Sci-Bono Discovery Centre. It's been a pleasure having the professor with us, and I wish you all the best and a beautiful 2026 ahead. Thank you very much.